Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Age Origins. Last I left off, I didn't really show off Orzammar here. They did a fantastic job with the details. That's one of the other reasons why it's so laggy outside of, video card being total fail. But they have like the Paragon statues carved right into the stone itself, and absolutely just amazing architecture, really. Anyway, we were heading into the Diamond Quarter. And they really do have fantastic music set for this game. Well, while we're over here, Council Writ. Again, you'll need to click on this. It's part of Dwarven propriety, the key to the city. Adal Helmi. Hello?
Oh, this is grand. The noble houses do love their luxuries, don't they?
Yeah, anyway, hello?
You have come at a difficult time. Orzammar is ailing for want of a king.
I see. Orzammar crying?
News of the hour. Is Lord Balin considering a dissolution of the ancient clans? He refuses to comment in the assembly.
Huh. Weapon rack? I'm sure they're just fine with some surface stranger coming in and stealing their stuff. Hello, Narav. And wall carving. House Idukan, Shield of Orzammar. Hey, she's having a seat for once. Nice.
News of the hour. Does Lord Harriman think that Orzammar can hold off the dwarves forever? The assembly demands an answer.
Can hold off the dwarves forever? Yeah. Right. Anyway, we need to go into the Chamber of the Assembly. We need to speak with the speaker there. And that's Vartag. I want nothing to do with him.
The assembly is in session. Enter quietly if you wish to observe.
I don't wish to observe, but I
This
must.
should be easy enough.
Your mind has gone to dust if you think we would pass such a writ. Half our houses would go broke without the service trade.
The proposal is only effective until we have a king to ensure we are respected by the surfacers.
Leaving you conveniently positioned to take over all contracts. I'll see your head on a pike first.
Desher's lords and ladies of the assembly. I've already doubled the guard to prevent violence. Must I summon more?
Most likely.
Steward Bandalore, Balin's sympathizers are tying our hands with trivialities. They may as well open us to the sky.
I suggest we put the matter to a vote.
And I suggest you have a taste of my family's mace.
Enough! The assembly is in recess until the members can regain control of their emotions.
Hey. It's a good thing humans never act like that. Oh, wait. What's up, man?
Stone-forsaken fools and dusters. I'm sorry. This is the assembly of the clans. Only Deshers and occasional guests of state are allowed in.
You don't recognize a Grey Warden.
Forgive me. I am so exhausted. I completely forgot about the message from the gate guard. Welcome to Orzammar, Warden. I hope you can forgive our unrest.
No!
Our king has hit us hard.
I can never forgive it!
Respect for your role is great, but you won't receive a proper hearing until we have a king on the throne.
Great. Is there any way I can break this stalemate?
I must admit, I am at a loss myself. It lies with Prince Balin or Lord Harriman, and they are slow to trust anyone in these uncertain times. Dueling for envy, Harriman's man, can be found at the Harriman estate. Vartag Gavorn, Prince Balin's second, is often here in the assembly. I only wish there was more I could do for you.
So once again, we are called on to solve the problems of the places we're trying to recruit from. For them. Well, Fartag is right here.
Warden, welcome. It is always a blessing for Orzammar to host you.
I love his armor.
Fartag Gavorn, top advisor to our good Prince Balin. What news do you bring?
You know who I am?
It would be hard not to notice the Grey Warden and her eclectic entourage. I hear you seek the aid of Orzammar's finest.
This treaty obliges Orzammar to send troops to the surface.
Ah, ancient documents indeed. These were signed in the reign of Eithnar Bimo, Paragon and King. That was 16 generations ago. Now the difficulty is that the treaty only compels our king, and we are sadly lacking one of those right now.
I see. Is there some way I could help?
My prince is the rightful king, but a disappointing number of lords back the upstart Harriman from the throne. If you show your support for Prince Balin, he might be able to assist with your requests.
That's understandable. I thought King Endrin himself supported Harriman.
That hurts worse than all. That Harriman would take advantage of the dying king's delirium to plant such poisonous suspicions against his own son. After that, you understand why Balin cannot trust the word of a stranger. However reputable that stranger might be.
I promise I am no spy.
Would you be willing to prove that? Harriman has engaged in a campaign of bribery and coercion to ensure that every house serves him. But if a neutral party, a stranger, were to approach certain key members, perhaps with irrefutable evidence of Harriman's deception.
Irrefutable evidence, which I suppose you have?
I'm certain my Lord Prince would show his gratitude.
What kind of evidence?
Harriman promised the same portion of his estate to two different Deshers, Lady Dace and Lord Helm. Harriman can't possibly grant it to both of them, but they won't find out until after the vote is cast. I have copies of the promissory notes Harriman gave each of them. Once they see those, they should both reconsider their votes.
Where did you get the promissory notes?
That's not important. If they ask, say you found them while searching the Shaper's libraries for your treaty.
I'll find Lady Dace and Lord Helmy right now.
Lady Dace doesn't leave the quarter much, but Lord Helmy's adventurous, likes to spend his time at tapsters in the Commons. Remember, don't tell them you got these papers from me. You learned of them and drew your own conclusions.
Oh, this seems more than a little bit shady. Can't say that I approve of that. But, well, after all, Balin is the rightful prince, the rightful heir to the throne. Dulin? Right, I'm going to ignore you now. I'm going to
Right,
double...
I've come up with one. A
What?
question that you can't answer.
Are you talking to me?
That's right. You think you're so smart. I've got an academic question that I bet you won't be able to answer.
Oh, I doubt that.
So tell me then, what was the name of Andraste's husband?
This is a religious question, not an academic one.
You're joking, right? A 5-year-old could answer that question. Do you not know more than a child?
I care nothing for your religion, and this game of yours is over.
Oh, how the mighty have crumbled.
He has a point. So does she. Let's see if we can verify these documents. Thief!
Who would dare take from the memories?
I think you answered your own question there. A thief.
Warden, I'm outraged.
Me too!
The Shaper.
Oh,
What have we been reduced to?
well, a thief and the Shaper. That's what you've been reduced to. Did you get a good look at him?
I did. He was bald, with the most garish brand across his head. Almost like he took pride in being castless.
Castless?
He's probably in the slums somewhere. As if he'd find a buyer for a stolen tome in Dust Town. they couldn't know the value.
Thief from the House of Learning! Oh no! How could it? How could they? There's a book! Legion of Steel. Orda?
Oh, pardon me. Were you looking for a particular volume? Not that I could really help. I don't know the libraries very well. I'm just doing some research.
What kind of research?
I was looking for something about the Ortan Tig. It was lost during the last blight, and there aren't many records left. They were a noble house once, descended from the Paragon Ortan, who composed the grand epic of the Seven Brothers and the Ortonic Symphony.
I see.
My mother's family believes they were descended from Kalana Ortan, who was training in Orzammar when the Tig fell. I'm even named for the house, Orta. Unfortunately, any records would be buried in the Tig's ruins, somewhere in the deep roads.
I'm a Grey Warden. I'm not afraid of the deep roads.
A Grey Warden? Mother always said that if anyone could find the Tig, it was the Wardens. I hear Prince Balin and Lord Harrimont have both been sending out small teams these days. Yes, if you can find the Tig in any records, that could do it. That could prove I'm a noble. If you could. Maybe now that you're looking. It's almost too much to hope.
Yeah, I can do that. I mean, if I'm going to be going there anyway. Shaper!
When I last walked this hall, Endrin was king and Orzammar was at peace. The memories often speak of the swiftness with which change overtakes us. But it is different to see it firsthand. I
Yes, it
apologize,
is.
Warden. I should not burden a stranger with such thoughts. I am Zebor, the Shaper of Memories.
How do you know who I am?
The Grey Warden's visit has been recorded in the memories, along with all who accompany you.
Could you look at these promissory note papers for me?
These are Harrimont lands promised here. But these are not the deals we approved at the Shaperate. Where did you get these?
In Lord Harrimont's personal library. Or, that's not important.
Whom are you protecting? It is a crime against the Shaperate to falsify legal documents.
The papers are forged?
Not entirely. There were 2 promised deals, but their terms differed significantly from what is presented here. It appears the scripter altered the dates and locations of the agreements to make them identical.
Thank you. I need to have words with someone.
You are an outsider, Warden, but not outside the law. I hope you will not do anything to challenge the stability of Orzammar.
You mean challenge any more than it's already been challenged? Book. Book on the deep roads, apparently. Big book. Yes, let's sit down and read Orzammar politics. Why not? We're being dragged into them anyway. In praise of the humble nook. Legion of the Dead. Shaperate Scribe. Book. Another big one. Dwarven Faith. It mostly just talks about how they mostly focus on their ancestors as opposed to any kind of maker or god. And a chest. Gloves of Diligence and the Search for the True Prophet. Nice. Very nice. Wall of Memories. And I gained some experience for that. Anything else that I need to look at? No. Well, it looks as though Vartag Gavorn has something to answer for. If these indeed are forged papers, well, that's not good at all. Vartag! I must have a word with you.
on, Lady Dace and Lord Helm?
I talked to the Shaper of Memories. These papers are forged.
Forged? Well, naturally they're forged. There is no legal way for Harriman to sell the same land twice over.
Tell me where you really got these.
You want to know how the game is played? I wrote the papers and left a sizable fee with the registry office to back them. But if you think figuring it out gets you off the line, you don't understand how this works. I'm asking for a show of loyalty, so exactly how much truth is involved shouldn't matter in the slightest. Now, where does your allegiance lie?
With the Wardens. I serve Balin.
Good. Now prove it. And don't come back again until you do.
I don't like it. But he's right. Sometimes doing the right thing means doing the wrong thing first. Now some of you may be wondering, now why are you siding with Balin of all people? Why, he's cruel. He's mean.
How is it the dwarves
Lord
have a
Harriman,
king?
said to have kicked
they
castless in the street.
voted on everything,
Does he
or something
respect
like that.
none beneath his station?
Hi, Orzammar Crier. Lady Dace.
What do you want?
Oh,
Ah, I suppose you're the Grey Warden everyone's talking about.
yes, I am Charlotte.
It's fascinating the surface has an entire order dedicated to fighting darkspawn. Down here, that's just what fighting means. But I'm sure it's more difficult on the surface. It must be much harder to find them.
You sound a bit, smirky. You might want to look at these papers.
Well, this isn't exactly a surface broadsheet. Where did you get these? Never mind. It is true enough. There's nothing I can do about it. This deal was made on behalf of our entire house. Only my father can revoke it.
Where is he? I'll bring these to him.
He is leading a deep roads expedition, trying to secure an ancient tide. It's unlikely he'll be back before the election, but perhaps this vote is important enough for you to brave the tunnels to tell him? The Dace family would be in your debt.
How would I know where to find your father?
He was searching an old Idukan site. He
Really?
left me with this map, in case his expedition never returned. I'll give you a pass as well. Usually, no one is allowed past the front lines. Does that mean you'll go?
Yes, I'll leave right now.
So Balin's victory means enough for you to risk your life. How interesting.
Interesting. Yes, it does.
Questions arise regarding Lord Balin's impending marriage to a castless commoner. Favoritism to the castless suspected.
Hello, what's this?
2 years tomorrow. By all the holy sodding ancestors, how can you people just ignore that?
Branca didn't go alone, Opera. She took the whole house, everybody but you. So just get over to Tapster's and drown yourself already. You know as well as I do that's how this always ends.
You think I'm afraid of some cub warrior who's barely off the teat? Ha! I'll...
If you lift a weapon or attack a single citizen in Orzammar, you're stripped of your caste and exile. Even you can't have forgotten that. Get out of here before I call a guardsman.
What was that about?
Can you believe it? Ogren's barely even warrior caste anymore, and he just clomps in here like he's entitled.
Who are you?
I'm Loylanar Ivo, warrior, which is more than I can say for that useless sod.
Hey. Who was he?
Ogren's a drunken wretch. He comes up here 2-3 times a week, hounding people to lead some suicidal rescue mission after Branca. Gets quite violent about it. I'd be scared if they hadn't practically gelded him after he killed young Lord Mino.
Who's Branca?
The only paragon of the last 4 generations. Quite an honor for a girl from the Smith caste.
Why did Branca go into the deep roads?
Chasing some old treasure. She was quite secretive, outright rude, really. She said she never asked to found a house, that she didn't care about politics, and that we were too self-absorbed to defeat the Darkspawn. She actually threatened anyone who said they'd come after her.
How did she become a paragon?
She invented a smokeless fuel that let the Smith caste increase their output by nearly a third. Deaths from the Black Lung also dropped. The Assembly said she had the favor of the ancestors and declared her a paragon. They moved Branca, Ogren, and all their relatives to the noble caste and founded a new house in her name.
Branca was married to that drunk?
Well, before she was a paragon, she was just a smith. And Ogren was one of the best warriors of his generation.
Is that what you two were arguing about? Branca?
It's been 2 years since Branca left. No one has ever stayed in the deep roads that long and survived.
Oh.
Search teams who went out found nothing, but Ogren wants to keep risking lives searching.
Who is, or why does Ogren care so much about well, we kind of know that already, Charlotte.
She's still his wife, isn't she? Even if she took their entire house into the deep roads and abandoned him.
What are the deep roads?
They were the highway system of our old empire. We lost them to the Darkspawn generations ago. No one ventures there now except on organized advances to clear Darkspawn nests, or with Branca.
I should get going now.
If you see any guardsmen, tell them Ogren was at it again.
Right. I kind of feel bad for the poor guy.
This should be easy.
Quite a blow to the ego, really. Well, let's try our luck over at Tapstress before we venture into the deep roads. Uh-oh. What's this?
So, I've been hearing rumors that a certain wine merchant is falling behind on his payments.
I can't imagine what you mean. I pay my expenses.
What about the expenses your good friend Jarvia incurs when providing your protection? It's not easy ensuring nothing bad happens, that no one decides to just burn everything in your store.
What?
My store! Please, I don't have much. Business isn't good. People are scared. Tell Jarvia I'll get her money.
Jarvia is not happy with your promises, old man. Now let's go inside and see what you've been holding back.
Uh-oh. Well, that doesn't sound good. Looks like we're going to have to go in and help this man in the next installment of Let's Play Dragon Age Origins. Hope to see you then, folks.